How can I be open to the possibility that money doesn't make you greedy? Money makes you more philanthropic.
I will admit that I have not watched a piece of content by Elena Cardone, but I do know who she is. She is the wife of Grant Cardone, who is most known on YouTube or different social media platforms as the sales guy, the real estate guy, the billionaire sales guy, a guy who's done very well for himself by being himself and putting himself all the way out there, not giving a damn what people thinking about him. And, something that I did respect. Now, do I agree with everything that he says? I don't agree with everything that anybody says, but does that matter? No. What I do care about is getting this message across to my people. And so today I want to get into this video where Elena gets into the idea of, money is the root of all evil, or this perpetuated belief system that we bought into, that rich people are evil, money is evil. And that belief system actually keeps us in poverty. It keeps us in a place of, instead of what we truly desire, we yearn for within, is to be financially free. It keeps you in a place of financial dependence. It keeps you in a place of financial struggle when you have these belief systems and you perpetuate them. And, much of our culture is built around perpetuating these ideas. And I believe, like, if you were a dictator who was in control, if you were the puppet master, the one thing you would want your population to believe is that they're not in control, that they have no say in what they create in their lives and what becomes of their lives. And therefore, they must rely on you, the government, or, the monarchy, or whatever it may be. As opposed to, the belief that you can create more of your life, that money is not evil. Money is a tool, and it can be used to do wonderful things as it is. We love to talk about charity and charitability. Well, charities would not exist without entrepreneurship. Without the capital, there is no charity. That's just the facts. I'm not here to soothsay and tell you the things that you think you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. And so today we're going to get into this video. I've never watched it before. It looks like she's being interviewed by somebody. So, we're going to get into this video and do our own breakdown of this message. So let's get into who's this? Shamina. Who's this? Shamina. I did not take her as a Shamina. I guess she's a Shamina. Shamina Taylor. Okay, let's get into it. You got a sister's name. Okay. So this is her interviewing Elena Cardone. Let's get into it.
What was maybe your limiting belief, and how did you become so limitless in your wealth thinking? Because there was definitely a shift for you.
Yeah, because I used to have the belief system. Plus, from the book, I kind of had that punk rock mentality, which is anti-rich, steal from the rich, give to the poor kind of a thing. And, I just didn't really have regard for people's valuables and stuff. So it was a big shift for me. And I guess I just really started to go on a spiritual journey and really started to understand what is money, what is wealth, how have I confused it, what does it even mean?
See, right there, such a powerful point. And by the way, I'm going to be stopping intermittently and just giving my 2 cents. That's what this is. If you want to watch the video by itself, click on the video below. And I won't be there. But if you want to be here with me, you can stay here with me. Welcome to the party. So what she just said right there, she said when she embarked on a true spiritual journey is going to lead you to a place where you have a better relationship with money, not a worse one. Now, I know you've been told, desires are evil, let go of all desires. Again, money is the root of all evil, all these sorts of messages that have separated spirituality and money. But I would actually beg to differ. I wouldn't beg for a damn thing, actually. We ain't begging for nothing. I would oppose that opinion, and I would say that money, like everything else, is energetic. So everything in life is an energy exchange. Energy is based off of our own perception or how we interact with it. So when something is perceived as evil, it's because that's the means that has been channeled and used. If you got money and you're using it in garbage ways, then yes, you're going to perpetuate more garbage. If you're using it in ways that are going to be fruitful, whatever that means for you, then that's what it's going to be. It is inanimate, but we give it so much power because of its meaning. And again, it's because we have a belief for many of us, an ingrained belief that I'm not deserving, I'm not worthy, rich people are this, rich people are that. And so we keep it away from us. Subconsciously, we continue to push it away. She's probably going to get into all this, but, I just wanted to give my little double sense on that one.
The derivation, the origin of the word wealthy comes from the word well plus healthy. So it actually means wa healthy, wealthy, wa healthy. So even
Wow,
just
I didn't know
breaking
that.
down concepts like that have been able to help me get over my blocks. And I started to write down all of the ideas that I had in me from, I don't know where, I don't even need to analyze from where, but whatever they all were. And I started writing them down and then started to look at, well, how can I see the positive side of that, or how can I switch it? How can I be open to the possibility that money doesn't make you greedy, money makes you more philanthropic, or and so I started to break down these concepts that I've had over the years, and now I'm just to the point where I can have things. It started it's taken a lot of time, and I'm still not fully there yet, because even though we hit the billionaire status, like now there's new targets with more investors and people that we want to help along the way. So now it's 10 billion, and then it's, can we get to 40 or 50, and how many people and lives would we have to collaborate with, and what would we all have to do as a group together?
See the mentality, this is something that is hidden from the average eye or the average ear, is when you're now talking about billionaires, they're talking about how they can build bigger, who they can join and collaborate with, who they can help. You don't get to a billion by actually like in most cases, okay, you might have an anomaly, but those fall off. They become your Diddy story and those type of individuals who did people dirty. But in more cases than not, a majority of the people in the wealthy class is because they created services and products that helped as many people as possible. It said that if you want to make $1 billion, create a product and give it like $1 product and get it to 1 billion people, right? If you create some sense of value in others' lives. Now, value is a subjective matter. So one person believes Coca-Cola to be valuable, and so they'll buy Coke, and Coke becomes $1 billion, almost $1 trillion brand over the last 100 years. I don't believe there's value in Coke. So I have a different story, but I'm going to give my value, shout out to all water filtration companies and such. I'm going to give you my money in transaction for what I see as valuable, and therefore they become wealthy. There's an exchange taking place. There's people you collaborate with. You are now hiring people. We don't understand that, especially in this country where there's now a sentiment in some of the population of like, eat the rich, the rich are evil, blah, blah. These are your employers. So looks like something went funky with the audio, but basically what I was getting to is this, right? We have a warped perception of what wealth actually is. We have this idea that the billionaires in this society are just these selfish, greedy individuals who are just sitting on money and doing nothing with it. When in reality, a majority of the wealthy class, and I believe it's close to 80%, do not come from money. So they built that wealth up, right? They had to create a service or a product of something of that nature to get to that level. They have their money invested. It's tied up, okay, in assets. So you think to yourself, this person is just sitting on $1 billion. Even some of the ones who have $200 billion, like an Elon Musk, his money is tied up in two places. His money is in Tesla and in SpaceX. People don't know this guy came from helping to build PayPal, right, in the very beginning of his career. And once they built PayPal, he got close to $200 million. So did all of his other partners. And you know what he did with his money? He went out and bought as much cocaine and hired hooker. No. What Elon did was he took his money, he placed it in two companies. One, which was a struggling auto manufacturing company called Tesla, and the other was a company called SpaceX. Two businesses that they say were the most terrible investments to get into cars and to get into space. Terrible business ideas from everybody around him. But he put 200 million, all the money to his name, into those, and he asked a friend, can I sleep on your couch while I build these companies? That's what he did. That's the mentality of somebody who is looking to change the world. And you don't reach that level unless you have a mentality of changing things. And so I'm glad our sister here, she's really getting into it. She's really getting after it. And I had gotten a little far in this video and given my reaction, so I've heard some of this now. So I'm just going to pretend like I'm hearing some of this for the first time, and we're going to keep it rolling. So let's keep it rolling.
like a baby. And getting your head around that. Well, why do you need that? And why do I want that? And is there anything wrong with that? And I hate even saying that I'm a billionaire, like out loud, just between me and you, because it feels so uncomfortable. It goes against like whatever is ingrained in me. It just feels so nasty, like a bad word, a bad thing. But every time I look at it like two sides. There's the side of abundance, and this is your life, and you get to create it, and it's going to exist for whoever wants it, whether you want it or not. You don't have to have it, but that's this life. And
It's your birthright. You're deserving of it, but it doesn't mean you're entitled to it. And so long as you do not claim it, you will go without.
these people make that happen. And then there's this life over here that wants you to stay small and think small and not
Totally.
be big and not have big influence and not help people change their lives. That's a separate group. So every time I hear myself trying to have an issue or a problem with it, I think of that group that doesn't want me to help, because I know
Exactly.
what my purpose is I want to help people, and I want to expand on mankind and with my group. My 10x people are my group. I want them doing well. The better they do, the better I do. It's part of my survival. Like if I'm surviving through my group, right? Just like I'm surviving through my family. As Grant does good, I do good. When my kids do good, I do good. That's my family unit, my family dynamic. I want my group doing good. I want mankind doing good. So then I actively have to take a role to deliver this side and affect a blow. Like, no, I'm not going against.
You have to tell him when Diddy wants to party, you got to tell him no. When the old identity wants to pull you back into what you used to believe or how you used to hide, when the version of me that didn't record this video and put it out into the world, when that version of me is calling, I have to decline that call. I cannot pick up. There's going to be an aspect of you that is fighting to reclaim its position in your life, and you have to continue to overcome it. The programming and the conditioning that is even playing out to make you feel guilty about even desiring more from your life. The one that continues to perpetuate the narrative of money is the root of all evil and any idea in relationship to it. And I want you to notice how when she's talking about wealth, she's talking about who can we build with, who can we collab with, who can we do this with. Again, this is a common theme. In a majority of those who are the wealthy class, this is the reality. We're only told the story of the few percentile who are the bad seeds, and that sells because negativity sells to a community or a society that has essentially become addicted to the negativity. The higher frequency sometimes is completely missed, or they don't want to push that and perpetuate that narrative because then people will start to empower themselves. People start to take their power back and actually become wealthy instead of, being helpless victims in essence.
Not going against, I'm going against you. So when I find it hard to say I'm a billionaire, what do I have to do? I have to say, yes, I'm a billionaire. And yes, I own that. And yes, it does mean I'm well. And yes, I am healthy, and I'm okay with that. And here's why you should be okay with that too. And here's why I'm okay with even going bigger, because the bigger I go, the higher somebody else can come, because then it's like the shift in the ceiling goes higher for themselves. And the more that they can have, and the more that they can grow, and the more that they can.
Yes, that is what we call true abundance. We don't compete on this side. I don't care who's doing what numbers and what they're doing. As a matter of fact, I celebrate them in every area. I see a Kaisa Nat who does something completely different from me. I celebrate that brother because he is showing me that it is possible to be this big. I see somebody make a music who I would never listen to a day in my life, seriously at least, unless I'm giving maybe a breakdown or something like that, like an NBA Youngboy of how much he did independently, right? And continuously putting out music and growing this massive fan base by just doing it his way. I can be inspired by that. I'm inspired by people doing what they do. I'm inspired by people winning. I'm inspired by people, becoming successful or discovering their success and allowing that to flourish, as opposed to feeding into the hater mentality that most of us have been conditioned into. And it took work to get to this place. I used to have the hater gene just like anybody else, or at least the hater gene was switched on. because I didn't believe I was worthy. But now I give myself to my purpose. I give myself to what I'm here to do. I give myself to it every day. I take the reps and I see others win and I'm inspired by it. I get bitter, never better. You understand me? Which is a song that I need to make sure I release that damn song. It's just sitting on my hard drive right now. It's time to put the damn song out. By the way, make sure to check out my music. Trust me. The ones who know, know. And if you don't know, now you know, you know.
They can influence their sphere. And usually the people, I've been in both places and I'm not condemning either. And I know people might want to take what I say out of context, but for me, in my reality, I am more happy. Not that money makes you happy, because obviously if I have a fight with my husband or if there's a death in the family, no amount of money is going to change that. I'm going to be devastated. I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be upset. So money doesn't make you happy, but am I happier with money and that I can go anywhere and have—
Absolutely. Anybody who has been broke will tell you that. Everybody loves to talk about money don't make you happy. Okay, but it damn sure don't make you sad. If you're sad already, it's not going to make you any more sad than you already are. You at least going to have some dollars to wipe them tears away.
and have choices and freedoms and help other people to have choices and freedom and financial legacy and freedom in their lives, yes, that does make me happier. So I don't know, I'm probably getting off course here.
No, this is great.
that's how I've sort of justified it and looked at it. And, this is my, 80, 90 years around this globe. How far can I stretch myself? How far can the girl from Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, who was in the dumb reading classes, who was told she has a severe comprehension issue or problem or whatever they wanted to say. And, the only reason I did good in school is because I could memorize things, but I always thought I was dumb. I never went to college. How far can this girl go? And if I go that far, can I inspire somebody else to tap into who they are? And how much?
And that's a huge thing for me, is like, I realized, bro, you just got to do what you do. That's why I went head first into my music, etc. I said, look, I want to be an inspiration to show y'all how this is done. And the only way I can do so is to do it. The only way to do it is to commit my whole self to it. And then y'all get to follow the blueprint. You get to see me grow from 10 followers to 10, to 100, to 1,000, to 10,000, to 100K, to 1,000,000, to 10 million, to 50 million. Y'all gonna get to see that rise. And you get to see where it began. And so you can be inspired by that journey. And again, some are going to be bitter, but hopefully most are going to get better.
How much power they really have. And so that's why I'm just on this sort of spiritual legacy play now. And that's why I'm going for the things that I'm going for in the physical universe, because that's how we register things. That's how we measure things. Like, that's what, people identify with me a lot because of the things that I have or have created. It's something that they can physically see, that have been manifested in the physical universe. And so that's one of the reasons why I want to have that and more of that. Plus, I like nice things.
Oh, yeah, just because you like.
Amen. Amen. Don't get it twisted just because you see me in the beat in the do-rag. I like to have mine, okay? Amen.
You like it. I mean,
I
that's
like
okay.
it. Like,
it's okay.
Next level. Like, everyone needs
Come
to have
on.
a yacht trip on their bucket list. Like, that is unreal. Like, going to
yeah.
Give me
south
two.
of France and Italy
Yachts.
on a yacht, not having to take suitcases from hotel to hotel and pack and unpack, but you're on a yacht. And then you have people that like bring you
carry your
coffee
stuff for you and stuff.
and they carry your bags and shopping, and you're jet skiing with your kids. And it's just like, oh my God. And you're in the most beautiful sunsets and, visions of Positano and backdrops. It's just like unbelievable. It's like, wow, like why shouldn't I have this in the 90s?
By the way, whenever you hear these messages, money ain't everything. First and foremost, we have to look at reality. Well, we don't, but if we choose to, it will be quite helpful. Most people who will say that are probably waking up at a time they don't want to wake up, to go to a place they don't want to go, leaving their family behind, their loved ones behind, in order to get money, a little bit of money. So their whole life is really centered around money and doing the thing that they hate in order to get that money. Now, you can say what you want about that. That's still the reality. These are the facts. And I am a receipt keeper. I keep receipts. These are the facts. Okay? So money does matter. It doesn't mean it has to matter more than everything else, but it does matter. And so long as you continue to perpetuate the narrative that it does not matter, you will continue to manifest a life, create a life in which you do not have it. Simple as that. I am a living example of this. For so long, I said, doesn't matter, held it for myself. And I finally said, you know what? No, it does matter. Because money in this world is a representation of having power, as Reverend Ike would say. And so, I'm so thankful that I dove into this one. Shout out to you, Elena Cardone. You got that passion and that fire behind you. Shout out to you and the family. You have a beautiful, beautiful family. Shout out to Grant and the kids. And, if y'all end up having more of them, go right ahead, because I can appreciate more good-hearted people who have an abundance mentality, prosperity mentality in this world. We need more of that. We need more individuals who are passionate about life, going out there and creating and not seeing themselves as a victim of circumstance, but instead as creators of their own reality. We need more of that. And I believe we're in a spiritual shift. We're in an awakening where more people are realizing that we've been duped a little bit. Like, come on, why am I staying brokety broke? Spirituality is not broke. Woke don't have to be broke. You understand me? Maybe the new version of woke. Y'all know what I'm talking about. What they're doing on some of these college campuses, etc. But again, being awake doesn't have to mean that you do not have. It actually is supposed to show itself in the fruitfulness of your life. That's the old school religion, right? To be fruitful and to multiply. Not that you have this belief and then, your life becomes worse and degenerates. Absolutely not. I want to see the receipts for my belief system. And so, thank you for this. This is a beautiful little piece of wisdom from Mrs. Cardone, and until the next time, peace.
Years that I have. Why not? Why am I not supposed to be traveling around the globe and meeting people and cultures? Why not? Why do I have to be small and not feel good and think that I'm a nobody and a nothing? Like, when that's not who I am. It's not who any of us are.
I am rich in health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, and more.
This the one for those 100 on a batting average. Bag of trackers. This the anthem for the ones no longer hustle back. I don't chase the bag, no, I don't chase it at all. Yeah, I'm the type to manifest about as quick as withdrawals. You see my life in ATM, see all the hundreds involved. Feel like a magnet in my stack and want my energy charged. I don't chase the bag, no, I don't chase it at all. I swear my life feel like abundance, got infinity card. I'm seeing 20s, 50s, 100s, swear this life like an art. A young Picasso, I bring it in the image to dawn. I don't chase the bag, I don't chase the bag, nah. I attract the bag, yeah. I don't chase the bag, I don't chase the bag, nah.